Coming up on this episode of Nintendo Cartridge Society, from Kitty to something better than Kitty, we're ranking the Kongs. I know nothing, so the Nintendo Cartridge Society knows nothing with you. Welcome to Nintendo Cartridge Society. My name is Patrick Ellers, and I am joined, as I am always joined, by my co-host, Mark Kong Mitchell. Mark, how's it going?
Oh, it's going great, Patrick Kong Ellers.
Thank you.
We both had Kongs in our family.
Yeah, well, yes. I mean,
we're all descended from Kongs.
We're all descended from Kongs. Everyone knows this, of course. Yeah, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I want listeners to know that we did pitch thong song jokes.
Yes. So I currently have the thong song in my head. Babe, move your butt. What? Guys like what? Right?
Yeah.
It's just like
gospel.
Yeah, it kind of is. It kind of.
Poetry.
I just feel like that
it rhymes.
That song was well. It is obviously poetry and it does rhyme. But that song was so like of a specific moment in time, not dissimilar to the Kong moment if you think about it.
No, it's true.
So I don't know what my point is, other than
we tried.
Yeah, we tried and it didn't work out. And it just, what do you think the lyric "dumps like a truck" means? All right. If you would like to support us, you can head on over to patreon.com/Nintendo Cartridge Society, where if you are supporting us at the 8 or 16-bit levels, you get access to our new miniseries, NCS at the Movies.
Yes. Where Patrick and I are most of the time with a special guest. So far, every time with a special guest, going to see movies and then talking about
Superman,
them.
Fantastic Four, The Naked Gun, one battle after another.
It's been great. For October, we think we're going to do Tron. The plan is to do Tron.
The plan is to do Tron. Now, no one is liking Tron, but that's not going to stop us, I don't think.
No. Or at least we don't think so. Yeah.
Right.
We have not come up with a better alternative.
Right. Or really a plan as to when and how we're going to do this one, but we will.
We are going to.
We are going to do Tron.
Yeah.
But Tron also, Ares, of course.
Yes.
Yes.
And but if you check out the Patreon at any level, including free, there is some great content available to you. Past miniseries that we've made available to more tiers, so go check it out. It's a lot of fun.
And thank you to our new patron, Jason. We appreciate you. We appreciate everyone who's engaged with us on the Patreon or on this episode if you're listening here. We appreciate you. Also, if you would like to give us feedback or talk to each other, you can head on over to the Discord. And if you are not already in there, you get in there by sending us an email at nintendocartridgesociety@gmail.com. And I send you an invitation. It comes in the form of a link in an email. You click on that link and the computer does the rest.
I do want to say, on Tuesday's episode, I put out an appeal for people to join to back me up in on
Team Pianta.
Team Pianta, and I've got to say,
no support there.
No real support. I think a few people came out strongly neutral, which is like the best that I've gotten so far.
I would say more people came out strongly opposed.
No, it's true. It's true. I'm just saying, sense that appeal.
Well, and I think also the question of are the Piantas wearing grass skirts or not was revisited there, and I think maybe they're like leaf skirts.
Yeah, I think they might be leaf skirts, but they have a tree growing out of their head.
So do you think these are the leaves of the Piantas, like that are just like growing off of them that are these skirts?
I think it's unknowable.
I see.
So I think it's really however you want to interpret it. And if a generous interpretation makes you want to support me on Team Pianta, then I say go with the generous interpretation.
Sure.
But most people have just used the opportunity to continue to bag on Piantas.
It's true. And sort of by extension you.
Yeah, a little bit.
So I got to ask.
Yeah.
I posed this in the Discord. Is it possible that Piantas are just grown-up Pikmin? Because they have plants growing out of the top of their head / they are plants.
Well, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Would this make you like Piantas more? In that case, I might get behind this theory.
No. I don't think so.
It would make you like Pikmin
it would make me
less.
like Pikmin less, yeah.
Interesting.
And I don't want that. So I'm throwing the theory out. All right, Mark, we've got maybe too many Kongs to rank now. That there have been more Kongs added to the canon. So let's get to it. Let's re-rank the Kongs. Mark, we last did this exercise April 5th, 2018.
Crazy.
So it's been 7 years.
And it stood
7.5 years.
And it has stood as a definitive ranking since then.
Right.
And this is, we looked it up before, like a month before Tropical Freeze was re-released on Switch.
Right. So we did this in a pre-Funky Mode world.
But we knew Funky Mode existed.
We knew it existed.
We were anticipating Funky Mode.
I mean, we were salivating for Funky Mode. We were like, give us Funky Mode. Like that Mario 3 commercial.
right. Funky.
So, and obviously, I would say the biggest addition to the Kong canon since then has got to be in Donkey Kong Bonanza, right? We meet a whole company made up of Kongs. So, and a few other Kongs here and there. So yeah, we thought what we would do is we would re-rank these Kongs, bring the list up to date. And in a sort of classic you and me fashion, we have not consulted our old list.
That's right. We have no idea what the rankings were back in 2018.
Right.
We have no idea what Kongs we included on that list and excluded from that list.
Right. So what we're going to do is we're just going to rank it all fresh now, as though we had not done this exercise before. Afterwards, we will compare our old ranking to this, just to see what's different.
Yeah, I'm just curious.
See how we grew.
Exactly. Yeah. I think this will be a real story of personal growth for both of us.
I think so. I'm also, Mark, I'm a little bit terrified it'll be like identical.
That would kind of be so funny.
It would be really,
it'd be really funny.
But we're not, we don't know. We don't know what it is.
I don't have any idea.
So we'll get to it. Mark, lay out the rules for us.
Okay, so I consulted the Mario Wiki, their list of Kongs, but this is not an exhaustive list of everything they have there, because I have a few rules for how I filtered their list.
And these are good rules, because if we were just to say every conceivable Kong, the list is too long, and also
it's impossible.
Care that much.
Yeah, exactly. yeah. And I think that second part is really important.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so first rule, they must have physically appeared somewhere.
Yes. A game somewhere. Yes.
A game with one exception. Must have physically appeared. No implied Kongs. So we're not ranking Dixie's theoretical parents or anything like that.
Right. Just because we know there is a missing generation of Kong somewhere doesn't mean that we can rank those Kongs.
Right. So no implied Kongs have to have physically appeared, but nothing from the animated series or the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Right.
Nothing from that counts. And they must have Kong in their name. So there are characters that are canonically in the Kong family, maybe have even shown up in games, but they don't have Kong in their name. And so they don't.
Do you have an example of that?
Yeah, there's one that's Aunt, let me find it. There's Great Aunt Grouchy. And it's no, that doesn't count.
Does she appear in a game?
Oh no, probably
or is
not.
Just mentioned off.
Oh no. She's from the animated series, so she wouldn't count anyway.
She wouldn't count anyway.
But yeah, if it doesn't, but I do have one. It's from Jungle Beat.
Okay.
And it's the main boss at the end, and its name is something.
Good. Good. If its name isn't Kong,
its
then
name
it's
isn't
out.
Kong though.
Right.
Yeah, that's the thrust of it.
Because let's get down to brass tacks here for a second. What does that actually mean to be a Kong? Because the Kongs appear to be different species of primate, right?
Right.
Some of them are gorillas. Some of them are chimpanzees.
Ghastly King. Ghastly.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yes. He is a Kong, kind of, but he's not. There's no Kong in his name.
And he's a ghastly king and not a ghastly Kong.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right. That's an interesting choice to make for a character in a Donkey Kong game, but very good. Um, so, all right. Have to be real Kongs, can't be implied Kongs.
Yep.
They must have Kong in their name. And we're not talking about the animated series or any animated series or the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Yeah.
Which are there any like Kongs in there? I guess we are not even taking their characterization from those movies into account. Okay,
No.
great. So like if I want Seth Rogen to be represented on this list, too bad.
Yep. So sad.
And I've always said that. All right. Well, let's start at the beginning with like the sort of main core Donkey Kong family, just to make sure that we're talking about all the same stuff, right? Let's define terms here.
Yeah. And so, we have like a pretty long list. Is your idea that we will go through each one and then, as we're talking about them, determine whether we want to rank them or not?
Yeah, I think so. Because
great.
I do think there is just a little bit of that like cleanup work that we need to do here.
Yeah, for sure.
Both determining like who's actually eligible and what we actually care about.
Yep.
So starting with the original Donkey Kong from the Donkey Kong arcade game, who we are also saying, because he is Cranky Kong.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, that is a little bit of canon that we know for sure, right? That original Donkey Kong is Cranky Kong.
Yes.
Now, does anything get confused here by the canon introduced in Donkey Kong Bonanza to be like, who's now this Kong?
I don't think so. I think that we're because Diddy and Dixie
That's true.
talk to Donkey Kong about like the adventures they've had together and stuff. So I think we're meant to think that it's the same Donkey Kong as Donkey Kong Country.
Okay.
Donkey Kong the Third, if you will.
Sure. Yes. Okay. I like this. So should we just call this character Cranky Kong?
Yes. For the purposes of this, it's probably easiest to just call him Cranky Kong.
Right. We don't need so many characters just named Donkey Kong.
No. It's nice, but we don't need it.
Sure. Okay, so that's I guess the first thing that we're doing here is we're changing Donkey Kong Arcade / Donkey or Cranky Kong to just Cranky Kong.
But we can
we take both into consideration.
Yeah, we take both into consideration.
Now, do we can we also consider his appearance in Donkey Kong 3?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, great. It looked like you were thinking for a second.
Only because I had to. I mean, it makes sense that the Donkey Kong in Donkey Kong 3 is the same Donkey Kong as the Donkey Kong in the Donkey Kong arcade game.
Uh-huh.
But I also wasn't sure if it was like a Jaws situation where they're all just big sharks named Jaws until the fourth one when it's personal.
I see. And is that shark not named Jaws?
Well, I don't think any of them are named Jaws.
We don't know their shark names.
We don't know their shark names. Anyways, yeah, Cranky Kong. And yes, we can consider Donkey Kong 3 when we're talking about him, when we're ranking him if we want.
And his appearance as like the damsel in distress in Donkey Kong Jr.
Yeah.
Which brings us, of course, to Donkey Kong Jr., a character that I rather enjoy. Star of Donkey Kong Jr., occasional kart racer and Mario's tennis player in the Virtual Boy Mario's Tennis. He's one of the playable characters, but otherwise like not kind of a character that Nintendo has forgotten or like actively tucked away.
Yeah,
to not actually discuss.
Yeah, and I think that when I was looking today, there seems to be some question as to Rare's intention with like Cranky Kong and Donkey Kong.
Yes.
Like, is Donkey Kong from the country game supposed to be Cranky Kong's grandson, or is it supposed to be like Donkey Kong Jr. grown up?
Right.
And depending on who from Rare is answering the question in an interview, like years later, they have different answers. Some people say, "Oh, we always meant for it to be Donkey Kong Jr." Somebody else was like, "No, it was my intention that he was the grandson and all this stuff." So
right. Well, I will say that in the U.S. manual for Donkey Kong Country, Cranky Kong refers to Donkey Kong as his grandson, and the way that you would characterize their relationship is grandfather, right? Like Cranky is in a grandfather role and not in a father role. right?
Yeah,
'Cause
I think so.
he's always like going on about like the good old days, and like it's uh whether it obviously remains like an open question, but Mark, I think you and I believe that Donkey Kong Jr. and Donkey Kong from Donkey Kong Country are two separate characters.
Yeah, that's right.
So we have to go with our belief in that because
Yes.
that's all we have. Donkey Kong Jr. So few games is he in. I feel bad for him.
He has a nice T-shirt though.
He does have. I always see it as like a bib.
Oh.
Like he's wearing like a big baby bib.
Yeah, that could be.
I think he's young, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Although not forever because no one is. Next up, Wrinkly Kong. Good old Wrinkly Kong first appears in DKC 2.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Where she's like selling you stuff, right? Or she teaches you. She's teaching at the Kong College. And then in the third game, she is like an exercise enthusiast. And plays Nintendo 64, which is very cool. You can hear the
Mario
Peach's Castle
64
music in that game.
And then in 64, she's dead.
She's dead.
Her ghost gives you tips. From behind like Wrinkly Kong doors
and from beyond the grave.
And from beyond the grave. I didn't realize this, but her ghost is playable in DK Barrel Blast,
which is incredible.
It's so funny.
I think Wrinkly Kong's ghost should be playable in more games.
I just love like it's so kind of like morbid to make her dead, but then in 64, but then to make her be a playable character. There's something so like grotesquely silly about that. I really like that.
Yeah, well, we don't really dwell on her death.
No,
even the fact that she's dead. We're just like she just goes through phases. She's like she's an educator, she's a fitness enthusiast, she's a ghost,
right?
It's
like the water cycle.
Exactly. And like, how did she we don't talk about how she died.
No.
Because we don't talk about how she became interested in like aerobics,
You're right. Wrinkly Kong is unknowable, except that she is Cranky Kong's wife and the mother of Donkey Kong Jr.
Very good. So next up here on the list is, of course, Donkey Kong the Third, as it were, the protagonist of Donkey Kong Country, but weirdly only playable in one of the 3 games in the Donkey Kong Country series.
Yeah, until the reboot.
Isn't that bizarre?
It is, yeah. Doesn't
yes,
even show up in
the third one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he is being rescued in the second one. It was all just very strange.
Yeah. But I would say like there's not that much difference between Donkey Kong the Third and the original Donkey Kong, but I think this is the Donkey Kong that everybody thinks about when you think about Donkey Kong.
Yeah, I agree, which is also why we're calling this character Donkey Kong, right? He is who I assume is the like main playable character in Donkey Kong 64, the main playable character in Donkey Kong Bonanza, right? Like that's our guy. And if we are playing like Smash Brothers, that's the character, right?
Right. Yep.
And then of course we have Diddy Kong, the first Kong that we're talking about, who is not like a gorilla.
Not a gorilla and not related to any of the Kongs we've talked about so far. He's just like a friend and sidekick.
Right. Isn't he sometimes characterized as like a nephew?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they do that a lot.
Right. Well, because nephew is just removed. Nephews and cousins, man. Like they can just be they can just be anyone. Diddy Kong, I gotta say, is one of like the great rare inventions.
Oh my gosh. It's hard to imagine the Donkey Kong series without Diddy Kong.
Absolutely. And like is part of that he's stealing like the Mario iconography by wearing the red hat? Like maybe some of that is why he's iconic.
I don't know. I feel like there's something about the red hat. This is so silly, but is like perfectly timed for the 90s.
Yeah, that's true.
Because it's a different type of red hat than like Mario wears.
It's got a longer brim. It's like an old baseball hat.
Yeah, it's like a baseball cap.
Yeah. And it's good. He still wears the hat now, right?
Mm-hmm. He does still wear the hat,
and it's not a MAGA hat.
It's not.
Okay, well that's good.
He was wearing red hats before.
Okay,
yeah.
Got it. So he got there first.
Mm-hmm.
Also, those are usually trucker hats, right? That's a little different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that is sort of our like main core Kong family. I would say mostly pretty good Kongs in there.
Yeah, pretty good Kongs.
Shall we move on to Dixie Kong?
Yes.
And the extended Dixie Kong family.
So Dixie Kong introduced in Donkey Kong Country 2 and
Diddy's Kong Quest.
Diddy's Kong Quest. So you play as Dixie and Diddy going to rescue Donkey Kong. Kind of a classic Donkey Kong sequel thing,
Right.
you know.
Rescue the character you played as last.
And Dixie,
Played
a-
again.
after like the third Donkey Kong Country game was gone for a long time.
Yeah, kind of weirdly so, right? Because they needed 5 playable Kongs in Donkey Kong 64, and they're like, Donkey, Diddy, yup, and then like go off book. No,
Let's invent a new one.
let's invent a couple new ones.
Uh-huh.
Very very strange choices there.
But they also needed at least a playable female Kong, and they
Yes.
had Dixie right there, and
and they were like, no, thank you.
yeah.
And even like she also does the spinning hair thing, I think. Very strange. Dixie Kong also stylized in such a way as to like, I don't know if she's iconic or annoying.
Oh, really?
You which part that you think that or that the blonde hair,
Uh-huh.
which
This is a Kong-wide problem.
what's that?
The blonde hair.
Yes.
like,
Kong wide.
Yeah.
Yes. They must be wearing wigs, right? I don't want to shave. That's okay.
Yeah, no, I know, you're right. Yeah, interesting.
I guess Wrinkly Kong also wears a wig because she's got like white hair on the top of her head.
Yeah. No, I think it's coming out of their scalp.
You think it's coming out
I
of
think
their
it is
scalp?
their hair.
Okay.
I think it's their hair.
But it's not. But their fur plays by different rules.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good. And then she's got like a pink beret.
Mm-hmm.
Dixie Kong.
Yeah. I
got nothing
no reason to
against-
hide it. Yeah, I like Dixie.
Yeah, no reason to hide it, Mark. Thank you. Moving on to Kitty Kong, who is her kid brother.
No.
Okay.
Cousin.
Okay.
Yeah. Chunky Kong's younger brother.
Okay. So Chunky and Kitty are both cousins of Dixie
And Tiny. Because Dixie and Tiny are sisters.
That's right. Okay. Great. So Dixie Kong and Tiny Kong,
Uh-huh.
sisters.
Yes. Tiny is the younger sister.
Right. And Tiny has like a strange glow sideways.
Glow side, yeah. Glow weird up?
Yeah, glow weirder throughout the series. In her first appearance, are we done? Wait, yeah, let's do Tiny right now.
No. Kitty. Kitty's where we started.
Okay, fine. Let's stay on Kitty then. Kitty only appears right in Donkey Kong Country 3. And he and Dixie are the 2 playable characters. Kitty sort of like fills the heavy role. And like finally you get to have a big Kong in the like big Kong little Kong dynamic.
Even though he's a baby.
It's fun when babies are big. And that is what Kitty Kong does. He wears like a big blue onesie.
Mm-hmm.
And my God, I know he's a baby, but he is dumb.
People do not like Kitty Kong.
I get it.
I think that Donkey Kong Country 3 is like wrongly maligned though.
I agree with this. Yeah. I like Donkey Kong Country 3. And partially it's because I like having a big monkey and little monkey. You know, like that's I like having those options. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying we're done with Kitty.
Great, done. Tiny. So Tiny Kong first appears in Donkey Kong 64, where she's like a kid, right? Or at least like appears that way, is wearing like overalls and has got like a little bit of like a tomboy thing going on.
Totally. Wearing like a beanie, has her hair in pigtails.
Yes.
Yeah.
Blonde again, which I still think they're wigs. And has this weird, where does this happen? That she becomes like Avril Lavigne. But a Kong.
It happens. So Donkey Kong 64 is the only time that she's in a mainline game.
Yes.
And then she shows up later in like Diddy Kong Racing DS or something. And that's where she has where she's wearing like a halter top and her midriff is showing. And
yeah. Sometimes I just, who is the male Kong that the developers are the most horny for?
I know, that's the thing.
I don't think there
isn't one.
There isn't
and
one.
It's really unfortunate.
Because they're horny for all of the Lady Kongs.
Yeah, except for Dixie.
Who
they have left as like a small child.
Right.
So
I guess Wrinkly. They're not horny for Wrinkly.
They're not horny for Wrinkly.
Also, there are just mostly male Kongs here. So
Yeah, that's true.
so not great representation.
I feel like Chunky Kong could have been the one that they're horny for if they wanted to,
right.
because he's a himbo.
He's an absolute himbo.
Chunky Kong is like a really big dude, but he is like he likes butterflies. When you are during the character select in Donkey Kong 64, he doesn't want you to pick him. He
Right.
wants you
he's
to pick
like
someone
scared.
else.
He's like, no, someone.
Yeah.
And he's wearing like a blue vest and like a white T-shirt.
Uh-huh.
Like there's something very, like he's trying to go unnoticed, right?
Yeah, but he's such a big guy that he can't.
Right.
Yeah.
You think that name is rude?
Chunky Kong? He can't help.
All right. Should we move on to other Kongs outside of the Dixie Kong family?
Yeah.
So we were basically dancing around her before, but Candy Kong.
So like aesthetically disturbing.
Yeah, there's something grotesque about what's happening with Candy Kong, and like, so there's a poster of her up in Donkey Kong's house in Donkey Kong Bonanza, when you get to DK Island, and like that's the most like that's the first representation of Candy Kong in a long time, and like they didn't really change her at all. They kind of like kept her exactly the way she was last time.
She's still like Pamela Anderson.
She's basically still
Baywatch.
Exactly. Yeah. So like, you know, whatever. I feel like she got worse for a while, right? Or maybe not. Like when she first appears, she's wearing like a one-piece bathing suit.
I do.
And is blowing kisses.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. There's one iteration of her, maybe in like in one of the 3 Donkey Kong Country games or 64, I'm not sure which one, where they made her somehow bustier. Like it's just
yes.
Yeah.
I mean, is there an argument to be made that Candy Kong is drag?
That's interesting.
Not that it is a Kong in drag. Not that she's a Kong in drag, but that like the conceptually she's drag,
because it is such an exaggerated presentation of the female form.
Yes.
Female Kong form.
We have so few examples.
We have so few examples. Yeah, difficult to know.
Difficult to know. Candy Kong never playable.
Never playable.
Strange, right?
Now, if they wanted to make the Emerald Rush DLC worth it,
there we go.
Worth the $20.
Playable Candy Kong.
Playable Candy Kong. Just kidding. I loved Emerald Rush. But.
Yeah, me too. Also, if it were playable Candy Kong and she had a little preteen Stanley the Bugman on her shoulder,
that would be good too. That'd be really good.
All right, from Candy, we move on to Funky Kong.
Now, here's another one that they could have been horny for if they wanted to.
They so could have, because another like straight up himbo. Occasionally, you know, like arms dealer, war criminal, but also
the 64 iteration is no good.
Yeah, do you think that's why they are refusing to release Donkey Kong 64 on NSO?
Because of how they mistreated Funky Kong?
Yeah,
and put him in like fatigues and a like army
and he
helmet
sells
and stuff.
Guns. Yes,
yeah, that's interesting.
Because that does really change his legacy.
Totally.
Because otherwise, it's like he runs funky flights. He's
an inventor.
He's an inventor and a mechanic. And then, you know, in Tropical Freeze, when you can play as him, he's like surfing around and like is a cool dude. Like Funky Kong's pretty good.
Yeah, Funky Kong's pretty good.
But they're not horny for him for some reason.
Unfortunate.
Next up is Lanky Kong.
He's an orangutan.
Yes. And the only one of these guys that is?
I think
maybe
so.
Maybe we'll
yeah.
Maybe Poppy is as well. There's...
yeah, that's actually a good question. Well, but she doesn't have like the long arms.
She's got long limbs though. We'll talk about her when we talk about
it.
Okay. Lanky Kong, great. Looks silly, is silly, has stretchy arms.
Yeah, I think the like German manual for Donkey Kong 64 says that he wanted to be a stand-up comedian.
I love that.
I am not a huge Lanky fan.
Mark does not.
I don't like
Lanky.
his little like red clown nose thing going on.
Uh-huh.
I think his power where he can like inflate with air and then deflate all over the place.
Very funny.
No, I do not find
Mark's
Lanky
out.
Kong charming.
He doesn't like his chicanery.
Uh-huh.
Also also wears overalls.
Also wears overalls. Yeah.
Huh. They were on like a real overalls kick on Donkey Kong 64.
Yeah.
Next up is Swanky Kong. Never a playable character.
Never. And has only really shown up twice, Donkey Kong Country 2 and Donkey Kong Country 3, to facilitate games.
Is he not in 64?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. But is basically like a game show host Kong. Like wears a flashy jacket, has a gold tooth.
Yeah, I mean, he's always dressed really well.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of seems like there's just something you don't trust about Swanky Kong.
Absolutely.
But I think he'll show you a good time.
I think so too. Okay, and then Mark, you got to tee up this next one.
Okay, so the next one on the list, and this is where, I said, it doesn't, on the list, they have to have appeared somewhere, but not necessarily in a game, because there's a character called Uncle Kong, who was only in the Japanese strategy guide for Donkey Kong Country 2, and in the strategy guide, he appears to give you hints. But he is like... it's kind of hard to describe. He kind of looks like Donkey Kong with a receding hairline and a little pencil mustache.
Yes.
And he's wearing like a big oversized suit jacket.
And a hat.
And a little hat.
Uh-huh.
And he has a tie that says like UK, presumably for Uncle Kong, but maybe he's also from the United Kingdom. We don't know.
I don't think he's from the
United
Kingdom. I would assume that he's French.
That he's French?
Based on the mustache.
Yeah, possibly.
It also seems like he's wearing nice shoes.
It does seem like he's wearing nice shoes. Yeah. So I don't know if we count him or not, but this was a new discovery for me. I never knew anything about Uncle Kong. And so I just wanted to include him, if nothing else, just to
talk
mention
about him.
Yeah.
I think we don't rank him.
I don't think we rank him either, but I encourage everybody to look up his
Uncle
render,
Kong, yes.
because it really makes me laugh. I like Uncle Kong quite a bit.
That's a good discovery, Mark. You did good. So next up after that, we've got the Kong Elder from Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Yep.
So if you've not played Donkey Kong Bonanza, and many of the layers have these like giant elders who are probably like 30 feet tall and are very old versions of the creatures that inhabit that layer.
And they're like the leaders of that layer.
But they're also all aspiring DJs.
Yes.
And so and they have like facial hair that is also bananas.
Uh-huh.
Like I'm not using an adjective there. They are made of bananas.
Well, this Kong Elder, he's wearing like a hat and like kind of like a dickie that is bananas, but I don't think he has banana.
You don't think that the bananas are his beard?
Oh, interesting. It could be, yeah. I thought it was more like his decorative like chest plate.
Sure,
thing.
like he had like
but it could be his beard,
chainmail made out of bananas.
Uh-huh.
I think it's his beard.
Could be. It's really fun because they're aspiring DJs, so they of course are all wearing like big headphones.
Yeah.
Over their like banana hair.
I do love the big headphones.
Oh yeah, maybe if their hair is banana, it makes sense that the thing that would be like their beard.
Right.
Yeah.
And those could also be prosthetic, right? Like just like the wigs that I'm pretty sure that the other
right, but I don't believe that. That's
Mark
something
doesn't believe
that I don't
that,
believe.
Right.
So
So we will never come to terms on that. We'll just have to believe two different things. But so the Kong Elder, our first like new entrant in this list. Shall we move on now to more villainous Kongs?
Yes, I think we have to. And so let's start with another one that I think probably doesn't make our list to actually rank, but I want to talk about it, which is the Manky Kongs from Donkey Kong Country. These are like the kind of grotesque looking orangutans that throw infinite barrels at you.
Yes, sort of a Timu Donkey Kong.
Yeah, exactly. We have Donkey Kong at home, and it's a Manky Kong.
It's a Manky Kong.
Uh-huh.
But they do have an infinite number of barrels to throw at you.
Yeah.
Which I suppose the original Donkey Kong did as well.
Yeah, that's true.
I believe that my memory tells me that we ranked these guys last time.
Interesting.
That we put them in the list, but probably low.
Interesting.
But now I'm debating the value of doing that at all.
Right. Or do we just want to do like named Kongs, if that makes sense, where it's like
well, maybe it's just singular Kongs, right? Because Manky Kong is a concept, right? That it's one of many bad Kongs that throw barrels at you.
Yeah, that's right.
So maybe someday we will learn about all the Manky Kongs and Manky Kong Jr. and his girlfriend,
right? Because
Kong.
each and every Manky Kong that you encounter in Donkey Kong Country has a family.
Sure, and like a deep internal life.
Right.
But we will never know about
Donkey
it.
Kong is the extra in their life, not the other way around.
That's right. And they're like constantly downtrodden because like Donkey Kong just hops on them.
So if someday that changes, then we will rank them, but today is not that day.
Today is not that day. Manky Kongs, you are deleted from the list. Okay, now we've got an interesting quartet of Kongs that I, A, don't remember if we ranked them last time, and B, don't really feel much any way about these four.
Yeah, I think my memory is that we stuck, and we could have looked it up to know for sure,
but
we didn't.
Right.
My memory is that we stuck to Donkey Kong Country and 64 Kongs.
Okay, interesting.
And I don't know that we ventured far outside that. These are the ones from Jungle Beat.
Right, and there are four of them, four bosses from Jungle Beat. They're not all the bosses, right?
Just the Kong ones.
Just the Kong ones. So there's Dread Kong, who has dreadlocks. There's Karate Kong, who does karate. There's Ninja Kong,
who is ninja-like.
And
then Sumo Kong,
right,
who is like a sumo wrestler.
And they're all evil.
They're all evil because you have to defeat them to become the king of the jungle.
Right.
Except for the one that whose name I forgot.
Yeah,
that doesn't have
the Ghastly King.
Ghastly King, yes. So I've never played Jungle Beat, and I don't care about these Kongs at all. I don't even think their designs are that interesting. So, I mean, for that reason alone, my thought of how we handle them is we either don't rank them or we rank them collectively as just kind of like one unit.
Sure. I like that. If we want to rank them within that unit,
then we can do that.
But we know that they collectively share like probably last, but we don't know.
We don't know.
I like that.
Okay.
They get like a little bit of a pocket universe ranking. All right, good. Moving on from there, we've got Rabid Kong and Rabid Cranky. Who are they villain? Like the Rabid Kong, are they villains?
So in Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle,
yes,
as like the
DLC.
The DLC. So there is both Donkey Kong shows up, and then there is a Rabid Kong that is, I believe, a villain. But then Rabid Cranky is, first of all, there's no regular Cranky, the one Rabid character in that game that doesn't have a regular version when a Rabid version shows up. And also, I think is like an ally.
Okay, so we have to ask ourselves now, are the Rabid characters also those characters? Like if we were ranking Marios, would we put...
No, because they both exist in the universe.
Right.
Mario exists and Rabid Mario exists. Simultaneously.
Also, write down rank the Marios. What do you think? Do you think these count?
I kind of don't want them to.
Yeah, I kind of don't want them to. This is the argument I'm making, is that like a quality for all of the Kongs is that they are primates of some kind, and these are Rabbids.
Right.
So I just don't. I think they're just something else.
Okay, I like that. That's a good justification.
Thank you. And then moving on.
Now we get to the like new Kongs that we talked about that were introduced in Donkey Kong Bananza, starting of course with Grumpy Kong. Yeah,
Grumpy Kong, who appears to be like the muscle of like Voidco, right? That like
he's also the director of manufacturing. That's his Voidco title.
I love that. And he's a very like physical, kinetic guy, right?
Yeah.
When Voidco is doing something, he's not into like the numbers or design elements or anything like that. He's just down there breaking stuff and making stuff.
And
also he's a little bit grumpy.
Yeah, he's gruff.
Yes,
for sure. One thing I like about all of the first two like Voidco Kongs is how nonchalant they are. Like it's just their job.
Right.
And so when you defeat them, they're like, there's no real hard feelings, and they assist you later. They're just kind of like,
right,
well, I'm not being paid to do the bad thing anymore, so
we may as well be friends.
But
I mean, also at the end of game when you're doing Emerald Rush, you're also working for the villain.
Right.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
Or at least the villain who you think is the villain.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so then moving on to Poppy Kong.
Yeah, so this is the one that you were saying is maybe
Maybe an orangutan.
an orangutan. I'm gonna let's see if there's any detail here.
She may not be Lanky Kong, but she is a lanky character.
She is a lanky character.
Long limbed.
Yeah, you're right.
And kind of like wheels around with these long limbs. And she's got sort of a you know how like the Pokemon like trainers and like teachers and stuff in the most recent games have all taken on this like kind of cool, a little bit aloof, like extreme design component.
Yeah.
Poppy Kong,
all like stylish kind of.
Yeah, all stylish, but in like a way where you're like, that's a little bit weird, right? It's not just like they're not just put together; they're put together in an odd way.
Yeah.
And I feel like Poppy Kong has that. She's got glasses. She's got dyed hair. Possibly awake.
It's not. We know it's not. Yeah, Poppy Kong is cool.
Yes.
Poppy Kong is a cool character.
Right.
Yeah. Yes. So excited to rank Poppy.
And when you do defeat her in battle, she will stop fighting you because she says that she won't be paid overtime.
Right, exactly.
I love that. I think she's like the design person for Voidco, right?
The director of intelligence is her
okay.
role.
All right.
Yeah.
In some ways, she's kind of like a Bond villain.
Yeah, she is. She is. Grumpy Kong is the one who like creates the like enemies that you run into.
Right. Okay.
He's like, yeah, as part of his role of manufacturing. Okay, so that leads us with the third of the new Kongs, which is Void Kong.
Right, who is the president of Voidco. They refer to him as just like the president for a while, which is fun and funny. And he's a little guy.
It makes me laugh because he's just riding around in his basically like floating bassinet type thing.
Yes. Yeah, like he's Grogu.
But he's also dressed kind of like cool. Like he's wearing like a fur coat type thing.
Yeah.
He has a phone.
Mm-hmm. A phone, which is a banana. Yeah, and I like that he's fashionable, but in a very like, if Poppy's a little bit more like understated and weird, he's very like audacious in his style.
Yes, very like showy.
Yes.
He's showing off his wealth.
Yeah, that's right.
With like it's the difference between Poppy is more like like really like tailored and designer clothes, and you know it's really expensive, but it just looks nice. And then Void Kong is all about like the ostentatiousness.
Void Kong is new money.
yeah, exactly.
Poppy may also be new money now that I'm thinking about it, but okay, I think that we have now reached the end of our Kong list.
Yeah.
Do you feel as though we've missed anyone, or I think that's it?
Yeah, not that I can't think of anybody offhand.
Right. All right, great. Well, so then let's just start pulling here. Who do we think is at the bottom of this list? Like, do you have an early candidate for bottom of the list, and is it just the Jungle Beat Kongs?
I think that's my instinct to start with, is to put the Jungle Beat Kongs down there. It's hard because they don't have a lot of personality other than being angry.
Right. Do you have any Dread, Karate, Ninja, and Sumo? I don't feel very I don't know, like what separates these things?
Yeah,
what makes one better than the other?
Yeah. Especially because I haven't played the game, and so it's almost like purely aesthetics.
I guess I sort of like Sumo Kong. I like a big Kong.
I like the idea of a Sumo Kong. Okay, so what if we do? Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a strong opinion. So we go Sumo, Dread, Ninja, Karate.
Sumo, Dread, Ninja, and then Karate. Yeah, I feel fine about that.
Okay.
Sumo, Dread, Ninja. So Karate Kong is the worst one.
Well, I think the idea of a like huge Kong being a ninja and being like stealthy is very funny to me.
Yeah.
So that's why I like Ninja Kong.
So, but why then Dread above Ninja?
I aesthetically like the look of Dread Kong. I think it's a cool looking Kong.
Dread Kong also feels like kind of just more straight up straight down the middle. There's also like I guess you can't really say that it's like that Sumo, Ninja, and Karate are like racist because like the Japanese developers created them, right? But like they all seem like sort of, in a very like fighting Street Fighter 2 kind of way.
Right.
That they are just like these stereotypes of whatever. But yeah, okay, great. Sumo, Dread, Ninja, and Karate. Those are the bottom of the list, and they sort of like occupy the Jungle Beat Kong slot all together.
Yeah. Yep.
But then we gotta like there's gotta be something like actually a little bit more substantive above that, but still pretty crappy. So what do you think goes here?
So I don't really care for Lanky Kong that much.
Yeah.
His antics don't really do anything for me.
Mm-hmm.
And Tiny Kong, I also think, is just kind of like a swing and a miss. Like, I don't understand the point of Tiny Kong.
Yeah, I mean, I feel that way about Tiny Kong as well. It's rough because like I was also thinking like, and I don't really like Chunky Kong that much either. All of the Donkey Kong 64 Kongs I think are like kind of bummers. Um, and I think Nintendo agrees with me because they basically never bring them back for anything.
Right.
Even when in Tropical Freeze, they're like, yeah, throw in as many Kongs as we, like,
And I would say for me, Candy breaks out of that a little bit just because I find her so like comically grotesque
right.
that there's something
to Candy Kong.
Yeah.
Right. Even though it's like, I don't get it, and I'm not prepared to to break it down. But okay, I think I like Lanky Kong a little bit more than Tiny Kong.
Okay, yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay, so we're gonna go. Tiny Kong is gonna be next above these guys.
And then that will be followed by Lanky.
Just above her.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
right.
Here, I'm going to go ahead and make these numbers so that I know what order we're putting things.
Okay.
Okay, great. And then do you think Chunky Kong just right above that? Or do we need to like slot in one of these other? I think I like all the rest of them more than Chunky.
I think
Because who else is gonna go there? The Kong Elder, Swanky Kong, Candy.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point. I don't really feel anything about the Kong Elder. I like the
No, he has giant headphones and
He
is an
doesn't-
aspiring
Yeah,
DJ.
I no, it's funny that he's an aspiring DJ. And it's not that I dislike him. I just don't really feel strongly about it. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't, and I think that some of the other ones later are better. Like I think the Zebra Elder and all that
Yeah,
are better elders.
Yeah, that's true. There are better elders than the Kong elders, but we are not here to rank the elders.
No, you're right. You're right. Yeah, I guess I think it's probably Chunky. I think you're right that it has to be where it's like it has to be the and maybe Swanky is in this conversation as well. I feel like it just had in this grouping here. It has to be the Kongs that they just don't make it. They just haven't been
right.
They haven't been able to break out of the games where they showed up as kind of like side characters.
Right. One, I think that thing I'm about to say, which is immediately undercut by the fact that we put two playable Kongs so low on this list. But like, I feel like we don't have any connection to those. These Kongs in this area that we're talking about.
Yeah.
So okay, let's put the Elder Kong next, and we can put or the Kong Elder next, and then we can put Chunky above him.
Okay. And then above Chunky, do we put Swanky? Or do we like Swanky more than we like Kiddy Kong?
That's interesting questions you're asking. Because I know that like the temperature on Kiddy Kong is low. People don't like him. He's a big dumb baby.
Mm-hmm. But there's something funny about him being a big dumb baby.
I mean, that's true. I think I like Swanky Kong more than I like Kiddy Kong.
I think I do too. Even though Kiddy Kong is like, well, a lot of the ones we put in the middle here are playable at some point or another. So,
all right. So let's take Kiddy Kong and let's pop him up just above Chunky.
Okay, so Swanky over Grumpy Kong from Bonanza.
Oh, right. Okay, we gotta start folding in the. So, just as long as we're like talking about this, let's. Can we do a quick internal ranking of the Kongs from Bonanza?
Yeah, sure.
Um,
Poppy, Void, Grumpy. Grumpy's
Pop,
the third for me.
Poppy number one for
Uh-huh.
you. I think I like Void better than Poppy because he's such a little gremlin.
He is.
And I find that
He's a
very.
little firecracker.
He is.
Uh-huh.
And also, he's like committed to being evil.
Yeah, that's right. She's a little too cool.
Yes, that's right.
Like, I want to be friends with Poppy, but I know that would never happen.
This is something that comes up on our rankings from time to time.
Well, it's important. Who do I think I could be friends with?
And how can we reward those who have too much dignity to be friends with me? I think you're probably right that Grumpy Kong is around this area.
Yeah.
But I think possibly above Swanky Kong.
Interesting. I think I like, my instinct is that I like Swanky more than I like Grumpy Kong. And I have nothing against Grumpy Kong.
Grumpy Kong has a pickaxe that he carries over his shoulder basically all the time. He's got like a 5 o'clock shadow and like a scar on his face. Grumpy Kong's cool.
Yeah, Grumpy Kong's been through it.
Yeah, that's right.
He's definitely lived a life. He's probably a pretty nice person, but he has a gruff exterior.
Yes. Whereas Swanky, all you see is an exterior that's
It's
a
all
show.
flash.
It's all for show.
Yeah.
Do you think he actually like when he encounters you and he like makes you answer questions or whatever? Do you think that's like a TV show or this is something he's doing?
Oh, that's interesting. Is it like a mania and all of his like everybody just has to play into it?
This is what I'm saying.
His reality.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, do we think the Kongs are capable of like running a TV station?
Oh, right. And do you think like on DK Island or maybe the surrounding islands, they could be broadcasting Swanky's show?
Now, this is interesting because Donkey Kong does have a TV in his home. Right? He's got
so does Wrinkly.
Wrinkly's got a TV. She's playing Nintendo 64 on it. Do you think she could turn the game off and Swanky Kong's show would just be on TV?
I think it's possible. Yeah, I think it's possible.
Okay, so if this may be shallow of me, but if Swanky Kong actually is on TV,
you like him more?
Then I like him more,
right?
Than Grumpy Kong. If he's faking it,
no, I totally agree. Well, if he's faking it and it's not a mental illness,
yes.
Like if he's making everybody do it just because he
wait. So is it better if it's a mental illness or worse?
I don't think we can. I don't think we can.
We can't hold it against him.
We can't hold it against him if it's
right.
a mental illness.
Okay. Let's put him above Grumpy Kong then.
Okay.
But I think Grumpy's probably next.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think that's right.
Although, as we are like moving further up the list here, I want us to be mindful of the fact that like some of the main Kongs don't necessarily have to be like in the very like Wrinkly Kong. We like Wrinkly Kong, but like
oh, for sure.
How high up this list should she realistically be?
Yeah, that's true.
Also, I think we gotta find a home for Candy Kong here, because I don't think she should be much higher. Possibly even be a little bit lower.
Yeah. Well, there's something to the fact that she's one of the like OG expanded Kongs.
Right.
And yeah, I don't. Well, how about we temporarily put her above Swanky Kong, and then I feel like
if we need to revise that lower, I don't think she gets much higher.
I don't think she gets much higher either. But I guess I like her more than Kiddy Kong. Does that sound right to you?
That sounds right to me. I don't know in the sort of, because we've sort of grouped Swanky and Grumpy together, right? And I don't know which side of those two she falls on.
Right.
So let's put her just one higher than Swanky Kong.
Okay, we'll just
and we'll see how we feel from there.
Let's grapple with Donkey Kong Jr.
Okay.
Because I wouldn't even call him iconic necessarily.
No, he's really not.
His strongest showing culturally, I think, is in Super Mario Kart.
Yeah, a game that many people have played. But he's also like he's Kong number 2. Right? Like he's the second Kong we meet. I just feel like he's he's like a foundational part of the dynasty, you know?
I feel like he is, but I feel like there's kind of like a
He's
middle
faded away.
child thing
Yes.
going on where it's like, oh, you have the
Talking to a
original
middle child, but
you have the
okay.
original Donkey Kong, and you have
Seems rude to
and
me,
you have
personally.
the like Donkey Kong the Third from
Uh-huh.
Country, and those two loom so large. And then there's Donkey Kong Jr., who is just kind of like nobody's paying that much attention to.
Yeah, and Nintendo least of which, right?
Right.
Just really not paying that much attention to him. Also, like, could he be the Donkey Kong Country Donkey Kong? Sure,
Yeah,
maybe.
could
I don't
be.
know. We don't know.
Yeah.
Um,
Someday maybe they'll decide that that's the case.
and the fact that people disagree about it, but no one's been like, no, this is, like no one stepped up to like clear up the canon. I think means that no one really cares about him. Even still, I want to put him one better than Candy Kong.
Okay. Fair enough.
All right, what are you thinking next here? As we move up the list, so here are the Kongs that are remaining to us at the moment: Cranky Kong, Wrinkly Kong, Donkey Kong from Country, Diddy Kong, Dixie Kong, Funky Kong, Poppy Kong, and Void Kong.
Well, okay, so I don't know how much higher Wrinkly should necessarily go.
Here's the other thing: is that like I feel like Poppy and Void have made it pretty high up this list.
Yeah.
And I think we need to reckon with, like, I think we like them and we're excited by them because they're new.
You're right. I like Wrinkly Kong's ghost more than I like Poppy Kong.
Yes, I will agree with that. So do we need to slot Void and or Poppy in here right now above Donkey Kong Jr.?
Well, do I like Void Kong more than I like Dixie Kong? He has more personality.
Than Dixie?
Yeah.
That's interesting. You and I are not big fans of Donkey Kong Country 2.
Yeah, as like a game. That's right.
Like, I think we think it's fine.
Uh-huh.
But like it's not one that we go to bat for necessarily.
Right.
And that's like her game, right?
Yeah.
Or, I mean, 3 is her game, but like that's the one where she's like introduced.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's interesting. I think I do like Void Kong more than I like Dixie Kong.
Yeah, I think I do too.
But do you like Wrinkly Kong's ghost more than you like Dixie Kong?
The thing about Wrinkly Kong is that she's in a lot of ways used. I don't know if like comic relief is the right term, but
it is very funny that she's dead.
It's like that sort of thing, right? Like she has more personality than Dixie because the way that she expresses. The way it was expressed was in these like side things that were all about like the visual gag, like you're in Kong College or she's playing video games. Like she gets to do things outside the main platforming that gives her personality.
Sure, because it's kind of like, what is Dixie's deal?
Right.
And like she's characterized in such a superficial, like 80s Valley Girl kind of way, blowing bubbles, thrashing on guitar. That it's just like it doesn't feel, she's not very well fleshed out, I guess is what I'm saying.
Right, exactly. So to answer your question, like, yeah, I think I do like Wrinkly Kong and Wrinkly Kong's ghost more than I like Dixie Kong. And I like how Cranky Kong looks. I think his beard is really funny. You know what really warmed me to Cranky Kong?
What's that?
Is when they showed, I haven't seen it in person, but when they did that Donkey Kong like theme park direct, and they showed the little animatronic of Cranky, and he's sitting in his rocking chair, and his beard is going back and forth.
That's pretty good.
I thought that thing is so cute, and so
that thing's very cute. I also really like that in Tropical Freeze that you like bounce on his cane like it's a pogo stick. Because that's how canes work in video games.
And his appearance in Bananza is funny.
Yeah, it's true. Cranky Kong is good. He's a very good Kong. I feel like he's a top 3.
And so I guess all this is to say is like I would go Poppy above Donkey Kong Jr., then Dixie, and then I think I'd put Void Kong on top of that.
And then Wrinkly on top of all of them.
Yeah.
So I think that's right. So you're saying Poppy next, then Dixie? Or
then Dixie.
Okay.
And then Void Kong ahead of Dixie.
All right, I will grab Void Kong. We're working in the dock as we go.
So that leaves us with 5. Cranky, Wrinkly, Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong, and Funky Kong.
Well, and do we put Wrinkly Kong here? Or do we think there's a possibility that Wrinkly is somehow better than the 4 playable characters from.
No, you're right. This is probably
as high as she goes.
yeah. Is Donkey Kong boring?
Go on.
Well, he seems to be kind of like Chunky in that he's big and dumb.
Uh-huh.
I like that he cannot be hypnotized in Donkey Kong Country Returns.
That's true. Too dumb
He's
to be
too
hypnotized.
stupid to be hypnotized.
Right.
Um,
Here's the thing. What Donkey Kong wants to do all day long is sit in his hammock, eat bananas, and watch TV.
yeah.
And relatable king is what I'm saying.
No, it's true. It's very relatable, and he goes to work because he has to,
Right.
because his bananas are stolen, or
Uh-huh.
the jungle animals are being hypnotized, or there's ice.
Sometimes there's
villains.
ice villains. But also, he can become obsessed with a bunch of tiny Mario toys.
Right. So he is super relatable.
So he is super relatable
you're right.
to
Okay.
you and I.
You're right. You're right.
But I don't disagree that there is something a little bit boring about Donkey Kong. I don't think he's an obvious or immediate number 1. He may be number 4, which is we've got 4 left here.
I will say that I think the expressiveness of the character in Donkey Kong Bonanza
That's true.
makes him
Has changed him a
lot of
Yeah.
fun. Because he is cartoonishly expressive in the game.
Yeah.
And that gives him some additional personality that is really enjoyable.
That's a really good point. And I was sort of not, I don't really know why, I was not really considering the Bonanza characterization of him.
Also, his relationship with young Pauline
Is so good.
is so good. And heartwarming.
Yeah. He encourages her to sing.
Uh-huh.
He beats on his chest.
Yep. So
Whistles a little song.
maybe
he is
Bonanza
number 1.
does bump him up higher anyways.
Yes.
Because I think without that, I would probably put Diddy above him. But now I don't know. I think with the Bonanza characterization, I think Diddy might go below anywhere. I don't know exactly where
Yeah.
in
Well,
the
I mean,
ranking, but
Diddy in some ways falls to the same trap as Dixie Kong, right? Where it's how well characterized is Diddy Kong really?
not very, but he benefits from not in a lot of ways, not more than Dixie, but what he benefits from is so many more appearances.
Right.
In a way that Dixie just kind of disappeared for a while, Diddy has pretty closely just been by Donkey Kong's side ever since he premiered in Country.
Right. Although he's not in 3.
Right.
Country 3.
Right.
We also, go ahead.
I was gonna say we also need to grapple with Funky Kong.
We have to grapple with Funky
because I
Kong.
do really like Funky Kong.
Mhm.
As a kind of extreme caricature of 90s radical culture.
Right. Is Funky drag?
Is he a drag king? Not is he in drag? Same thing that we did with
Right,
Candy, where
yes.
is he so exaggerated?
And I think he might be. Sort of beside the point, I guess.
Yeah.
I really like Funky Kong. I feel like every he's not in Bonanza, which is upsetting.
That is disappointing. That'd be fun to see him.
It'd be fun to see him. Not even a poster of him on
Not
Donkey
even a
Kong's
poster on
wall.
Donkey Kong's wall. Do we have to give him demerits for his turn as an arms dealer
Possibly.
in 64?
I mean, I think we might have to. For that reason, maybe we should put him below Void Kong.
Oh, I think
Does
I
that feel
like
bad?
him more. I think I like him more than Void Kong.
Do you like him more or less than Wrinkly Kong's ghost?
I think I like him more.
All right. Let's. But I think he's probably the bottom of these 4.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
All right. So, Funky Kong going above Wrinkly Kong's ghost, and we will have to review all of this. I feel like this is one of our kind of more slapdash rankings as we put it together. Maybe we'll find that it's perfect, but
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right for sure. Okay, so next.
So we're saying top 3, kind of no surprise, in some order: Cranky Kong, Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong.
Yep. I kind of want to go.
Can I tell you what I want to go?
Yeah, please.
I want to go Diddy Kong number 3,
Uh-huh.
Cranky Kong number 2, Donkey Kong number 1.
With the Bonanza bump.
With the Bonanza bump, yeah.
I think that's right, because I was going to say Diddy, Diddy, Donkey, and then Cranky. But with the Bonanza bump, I think you're right. I think Donkey Kong went from being he just became so much more memorable in my mind
Yeah, totally.
post Bonanza.
Well, and do you want to talk about like why Cranky Kong's so high on this list?
He has so much personality.
Yes. I feel like it's two things. One is that he has so much personality, is so well sketched, but then also is the original Donkey Kong.
Yeah, that's right. He has so much history too. Like in like game history.
Yes.
Like in universe history.
Right. And also just game history,
Uh-huh.
right? Like he's the villain in Donkey Kong 94, right?
Yeah,
We're going to call that Donkey Kong?
I think so.
Yeah.
And I mean, we have a soft spot for Donkey Kong 3.
Of course.
So, that's got to help him out. Anyone who associates with Stanley the Bugman.
Right, which is why they should do a DLC for Bonanza where Candy Kong has a preteen Stanley the Bugman hanging out with her. Okay, so we have now a list.
Okay.
Should we just start like going from the bottom up, and then like when we encounter things that we're like, hey, I don't know if this makes sense, that we adjust them then, or is there anything even just glancing at the list?
No, I think let's do that.
Okay.
Let's start at the bottom.
So at number 21, we've got Karate Kong. Actually, all of the Jungle Beat Kongs occupy the tied for 18th. But within there, Karate Kong at the bottom, Ninja Kong, then Dread Kong, then Sumo Kong is our number one. Jungle Beat Kong.
I was looking at the pictures, and I actually think Karate Kong probably has the best outfit of all of them.
Can you show me?
Yeah.
I'm not looking at him right now. Yeah, I mean, I don't. They're all kind of a wash to me.
But the other ones,
it's like a purple gi. Yeah.
Let's just leave it.
Okay.
Because you're right. They all occupy last place.
Right. And they can they can squabble over who gets to be the king of that mountain. Okay. So then at number 17, we've got Tiny Kong, to whom we show basically no respect.
Yeah, that's right. To 16, Lanky Kong.
Feels right so far. Now at number 15, the Kong Elder from Bonanza.
Kong Elder above or below Chunky Kong?
This is a question, right?
You're right. I don't... Yeah, you're right. Kong Elder should be at least above Chunky Kong.
Should the Kong Elder then be above Kiddy Kong? You and I being Kiddy Kong apologists.
Yeah, no.
Let's hold our ground. Kiddy Kong should be okay. So number 15 is Chunky Kong. Number 14 now is the Kong Elder, and then 13 is Kiddy Kong.
Yep.
So just edging out Kiddy Kong is Grumpy Kong from Bonanza.
Yep.
Okay.
Followed by Swanky.
Okay.
And now we're in the top 10.
Now we're in the top 10, and at number 10 is Candy Kong. Candy Kong better than Swanky Kong, better than Grumpy. Okay, all right, I can live with this.
But not as good as Donkey Kong Jr.
Now that's interesting. Is Candy Kong better than Donkey Kong Jr.?
And are both of them better than Poppy Kong?
I think you're right. I think it's Poppy Kong that we need to drop down
to just above Swanky Kong.
To just above Swanky Kong, yes. Okay. So she's beaten out by Candy Kong, who is now number 9. No. Candy Kong climbing the ranks.
Good showing for Candy Kong.
Okay, so Poppy is number 10, Candy is 9, Donkey Kong Jr. is 8. I feel
like Donkey Kong Jr. just might be a little too high.
Okay, where do you think he should go then? Like below Swanky Kong?
That's what I was gonna say, actually.
Above Grumpy Kong, but below Swanky. Yeah, it's tough. He's just so strange.
And just not in very many things.
Yeah. Okay, drop him down. We were dinging other Kongs for not being very well characterized, and like he's essentially not characterized at all.
So below Swanky?
Yes.
And above Grumpy?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so back to number 10. Swanky is 10. Poppy is 9. Candy Kong climbing the ranks now at number 8. Which now puts Dixie at number 7. And then Void Kong at number 6.
So now we're in the top 5.
Okay, Void Kong pretty high.
I don't know.
I feel good about it.
He's got a lot of personality.
He does.
He's a little rascal.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said gremlin-y, and that's true on so many levels.
Yes.
And then he's like an agent of chaos. I might have already said that too. Fertile Ground. Funky Kong, number 4.
No, you skipped Wrinkly Kong.
Wrinkly, R.I.P.
Wrinkly, who I think we have her very high.
I think we do too.
But I don't want to move her. Do you?
Not really.
Look, she's just so many things.
And look, we are older than we were in 2018 when we ranked this. So
Is that
maybe
true?
maybe we see ourselves a little bit more in Wrinkly
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Someday we'll be walking in her comfort shoes.
Yes. And someday, ghosts.
Okay,
Wrinkly Kong number 5.
Yeah.
And then number 4,
Funky Kong.
which I feel pretty good about.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3, Diddy Kong.
Number 2, Cranky Kong.
And number 1, Donkey Kong.
Yeah. With that Bananza bump.
The Bananza bump really does do it, because I really was just thinking about the other Donkey Kong and being like, I like him, but yes, you're right, he's a little bit boring, can't be hypnotized. But yeah, I think this is it. All right, should we take a break for a second and check our work against what we did last time?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, we're back. We've visited the past, and we've seen our old list. So a couple things that jump out to me is that we did rank Manky Kong.
We did.
We did not rank any of the Jungle Beat Kongs, so we're consistent in that regard. And we also did not rank. I don't even think we ended up talking about the Rabid Kongs.
Right.
On the old list. Manky Kong. Not in last place.
No.
We put Tiny Kong below
We
him.
put Manky Kong above Tiny Kong.
Yes.
We have never liked Tiny Kong, I guess. We're consistent in that fact.
We're consistent. Yes, we are consistent in that fact. We also had Candy Kong very low before. Candy Kong was third to last.
How even now, I'm wondering why Candy. I don't think we should change it, but I don't know
think we should
how
either.
Candy Kong made it so high in our ranking.
I think it's possible that we now.
Yeah.
How did she make it so high now?
Yeah.
I think we unlocked something with the drag thing, right?
It must be. Yes. What everybody says about Bayonetta, I think is true about Candy Kong.
Sure. Yes. People don't all say the same things about Bayonetta. What else? Obviously, we had Lanky Kong pretty low in that one as well, although higher than in previous things here.
Dixie Kong, kind of high in the mix. Our third favorite Kong back in 2018.
And now we've got her, at 7?
Yeah.
Also, I think we had Donkey Kong way low in Donkey Kong, who is our number 1 now.
Yeah,
was our number 5.
Yeah. Which I get again makes sense. Interesting that even without Bonanza, he was going to make our top 3 this time.
Yeah.
But Dixie Kong, we didn't really care that much about this time. Like, we didn't care for that much.
Yeah, which is interesting.
The Wrinkly Kong, very consistent.
Yeah, that's right. Wrinkly Kong, we've got her basically always in like just outside of the top echelon.
Yeah.
We did our number 1 last time was Cranky Kong. Who we've got at number 2 now, right? So from there, like Diddy right below him. That's consistent. We have that in our list now. It's just that Donkey Kong bumped both of them out of the top 2 into second and third place.
Yeah.
But everything else like kind of makes a lot of sense. Swanky right in the middle as always.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We're not. I feel like we're pretty consistent. The things that we are not that consistent about are our view of Candy Kong, and Dixie Kong.
Yeah, Dixie lost some ground.
Dixie lost some ground. Candy gained quite a bit. And we have been changed by Donkey Kong Bananza.
Yeah, it's true.
All right, Mark, that's it. We have ranked the Kongs. Let's close this segment out. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Nintendo Cartridge Society. If you have any thoughts about the Kongs that we did or did not rank and where we did or did not rank them, you can write to us at Nintendo Cartridge Society at gmail.com. That's going to do it for this episode. Thank you so much to our 16-bit patrons, Connor McKay, Patrice Millette, Kyle Seaborn, Drew Mackey. We appreciate you and everyone who is over on the Patreon or in the Discord or listening to this episode right now. Speaking of the Discord, if you would like to be there, email us and we'll send you an invitation. Anthony DeLuca made our logo. Our theme music is provided by 8-Bit Betty. You can get more of his music by going to 8bitbetty.com or by listening right now. For my co-host, Mark Mitchell, this is Patrick Ellers saying thank you for listening.